Hey, I'm back. This is Chandler for Melder Production, and today I want to show you how you can use MAutovolume to keep your vocals, or in today's case, guitar, above your rhythm section. So, as you see here, in the green, I have a backing track, and in the blue, I have a guitar track. So, let's hear it, and I'll open MAutovolume to show you exactly what I'm doing. If you look here at the G, this is the gain that's being applied to the signal. So as you heard, it was actually pretty subtle, but what this does is it just keeps this guitar on top of your background vocals so it doesn't get mixed in. And so if you noticed here, during the first part where the backing track was a little bit quiet, there was barely any gain added. It was mostly around 0. But during the second part where things got a bit louder, it was adding between about 2 and 6 dB, depending on what was going on. And so this takes into account the backing track and also my guitar here. But let me do this from the beginning to show you exactly how you can set this up. So I'll go to default here. And here I already have a side chain, so let me just remove that. So you start with MAutovolume like this. The first thing I want to do is actually add a side chain here. Okay. So it's being fed into here now. Okay, so now that we have that set up, the first thing I want to do is enable this sidechain. So that means it's going to react based upon the sidechain input from the backing track. I want to turn the sensitivity all the way up to 100. And I'm going to adjust the gain later, but let's not worry about that for now. I also want to use the look ahead. For me, this is a little bit better, so that way sometimes it's late if you don't do this, and it won't catch everything you want it to catch. Next thing I want to do is slow this down. So I'm going to change this from fast to slow. And one of the most important things is I want to change this to no attenuation. So I don't want this to go all the way down here like a noise gate. I just want it to hover around 0. And the very last thing I want to do is adjust the range here. So 24 decibels is a bit too much for me. I'm going to set it to around 10. And of course, you're going to have to do this yourself based upon your ear and what you want. Sometimes I think 10 is too little. Sometimes I think 10 is too much, etc. So that you have to set depending on your own program material. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to it and adjust the background gain. So during the beginning, it's just around 0. But during the louder parts, it's moving between maybe 2 to 3 decibels increased. So let's play it once and adjust that. So that seems pretty good. It's pretty much what I want. And now I'm going to go back to this first part one more time, and what I want to do is I want to adjust the output gain so it's the same as the input here. So I'll just turn it down until these are matching more or less. So, as you heard there, that's pretty much doing what I want. It's keeping that guitar line just on top of the backing track, so it sounds like everything is mixed in there well. I don't have it being drowned out by the backing when things get louder. And if you want to check it a different way, if you don't like this meter here, another one I often like to use is to switch it to this mode. And if I pop this out here, you can look to see what it's doing using this type of readout here. So sometimes I prefer this view. You can see this line here, and this is the gain that's being applied. And that's one of the reasons I have it at slow. I don't want the gain to move up and down too quickly. I just want a really slow movement, and I just want to bring out some of the tails of the guitar sound so it's not getting, lost in the mix. But I hope that gave you an idea of what you can do with MAutovolume. If you have any questions, leave those down below. If you like this, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And until next time, see you. And don't forget to check out all the other plugins at meldaproduction.com.